Can India's Rafale fighters equipped with Europe's Meteor missiles truly counter China's PL-15 missiles? Behind the seemingly simple question lies a military-industrial competition spanning the Eurasian continent, two starkly different missile technology paths, and an aerial battle over South Asia that has already unfolded, one powerful enough to reshape perceptions. On January the 26th this year, during India's Republic Day parade, the Indian Air Force finally stopped hiding its cards. Rafale fighters publicly displayed the famous Meteor medium-range air-to-air missiles, effectively putting an official end to years of rumors and speculation. However, this official announcement feels less like a display of strength and more like a reluctant response to past wounds. After all, during the 2025 Indo-Pakistani air battle that shocked the world, Pakistan's Chinese-made PL-15 missiles had already shot down Indian Rafales in combat aircraft that were reportedly not yet formally equipped with Meteor missiles at the time. India's silence then contrasts sharply with its current fanfare, seemingly attributing that defeat to weapons not being in place rather than systemic or performance gaps. So now that the Rafale and Meteor, Europe's ace combination, are fully operational, can they truly turn the tide and become a worthy opponent for the PL-15 series missiles? We need to zoom in and dissect the core technology. First, we must acknowledge that the Meteor missile is no ordinary weapon. As a flagship system developed by multiple European nations, its most significant technological hallmark is the rare use of a solid fuel ramjet engine. Traditional air-to-air missiles rely on rocket engines with very short burn times. Once fuel is exhausted, they coast via inertia, gradually losing speed. The Meteor's ramjet engine operates differently. It continuously draws in atmospheric oxygen to combust with its onboard fuel, delivering sustained thrust over extended periods. This directly translates to extended range, particularly against targets flying at constant speed in straight lines. The Meteor's effective range and kill zone significantly exceed those of conventional rocket-powered missiles. This capability is precisely why, when the project launched in the 1990s, Europe envisioned it as a sword against the Soviet Union's massive bomber fleets. Launched from long distances, it could pursue high-value, less maneuverable targets using sustained thrust. A clear and effective strategy. From its design intent, Meteor is a missile born for long-range interception, excelling beyond visual range against large aircraft, or targets flying at high altitudes with relatively stable trajectories. However, modern air combat, especially beyond visual range dogfights between fighters, has long transcended simple range superiority. When facing fourth and a half or fifth generation fighters like the J-10CE, J-16, or even the J-20, which combine high maneuverability with advanced electronic warfare capabilities, an air-to-air missile's terminal energy and agility become critical, life or death factors. This is precisely where the Meteor missile's design may harbor its Achilles heel. While the solid ramjet engine provides sustained thrust, it also introduces structural complexity and significant weight, particularly components like the combustion chamber and air intake ducts, which constitute dead weight even after fuel depletion. More critically, to optimize ramjet efficiency, the Meteor employs a unique wingless, four-fin aerodynamic configuration. While this minimizes drag during high-speed linear pursuit, its control efficiency may lag behind conventional wing-plus-fin designs during high-G maneuvers or abrupt flight direction changes. Consider this scenario. During the terminal phase of a Meteor's flight, the target fighter suddenly executes a high-G evasive maneuver. The missile must rapidly deflect, generating extreme angles of attack and sideslip. For the Meteor, which relies on small tail surfaces for control, its response capability and available G-load limits may be challenged, potentially causing it to miss the target. In contrast, China's PL-15 and its export variant PL-15E follow a different technical path, favored by aerospace powers like China, the United States, and Russia, the dual-pulse solid rocket motor. Simply put, this engine divides its fuel into two or more stages that can be ignited as needed. The first pulse accelerates the missile to high velocity, allowing for a glide phase to conserve fuel. During the terminal phase of flight, the second pulse reignites, injecting massive additional energy into the missile. This enables the PL-15 to maintain extremely high speed and astonishing maneuvering loads during the final attack phase, making it extremely difficult for enemy aircraft to evade even if they detect the incoming missile through conventional maneuvers. This is what is referred to as having strong finishing power. During the 2025 Indo-Pakistani air battle, Pakistan claimed to have launched the PL-15E from over 180 kilometers away, successfully downing a Rafale. This range was likely achieved by leveraging the high arcing trajectory, combined with the energy management of the dual-pulse engine, surpassing the missile's nominal 145-kilometer range in combat. This was not merely a demonstration of range but a brutal showcase of terminal inescapability. The discovery of Meteor missile components among the Rafale wreckage fueled speculation. Even if the Rafale had urgently armed and launched a counterattack with its own Meteor missiles, it may not have gained the upper hand amid complex electronic warfare and missile performance countermeasures. Therefore, a simplistic spear versus spear comparison between Meteor and PL-15 yields no straightforward conclusion. They emerged from distinct strategic imperatives, technological traditions, and adversary assumptions. Meteor symbolizes European joint autonomy, deeply optimized for specific battlefield scenarios, with its ramjet technology remaining globally unmatched in certain domains. The PL-15, however, reflects China's defense industry's profound understanding of modern high-intensity system-on-system air combat, ensuring kill probability against highly maneuverable targets in complex electromagnetic environments. Its dual-pulse trajectory design emphasizes energy superiority across the entire engagement range, particularly during terminal attack phases. In modern air combat systems, missile performance is merely one link in the chain. Victory also hinges on onboard radar detection and lock-on capabilities, data link support, electronic countermeasure intensity, and pilot tactical execution. India's Rafale fighters, equipped with Meteor missiles, have undoubtedly gained significantly enhanced beyond visual range air combat capabilities, particularly extending their strike reach against certain traditional adversaries. However, relying solely on this to offset or even surpass the advantages of China's PL-15 series missiles is likely wishful thinking. True confrontation is a battle between systems. When the PL-15 and its more advanced successors integrate with the stealth penetration capabilities of the J-20, the formidable electronic warfare prowess of the J-16, and the early warning and command systems of the KJ-500, they represent a multidimensional, networked aerial strike system. For India to bridge the generational gap in its entire combat system by merely acquiring an advanced missile is a challenge of unimaginable difficulty. History is full of coincidences. The Meteor missile, developed by Europe decades ago to counter the long-range aerial threat of the Iron Curtain, now finds itself in the skies over the Indian subcontinent, facing off against the Thunderbolt from the east. The outcome of this encounter has already been partially revealed through combat. India's official announcement of the Meteor's deployment marks the beginning of a long pursuit, not its conclusion. It reminds us that the contest for cutting-edge weaponry never ceases, and the scales of victory perpetually tilt toward nations capable of profoundly discerning the evolving patterns of warfare, nations that leverage comprehensive industrial and innovation ecosystems for sustained advancement. The future balance of power in South Asia and beyond will continue to be redefined through this silent yet fierce competition of technological iteration and systemic evolution.